Hello and welcome back to another video. Now in this video, because I've been away for a week and I didn't have time to reveal my Matchday 1 squad before I went away, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reveal my Matchday 1 squad and the points I got, and then also we'll go into Matchday 2, I'll show you my squad for this week and the points that I've got so far. Right, so this is my Matchday 1 squad for the World Cup. In goal, I've gone for Padsveer and Costa. I've gone for Padsveer because I think the Dutch are going to cruise through this group. Now, I haven't got a clue if he's going to start, but all three goalkeepers are 4.5 million. So I've just gone for the gamble there, as my second goalkeeper is Costa of Portugal, where I also think they're going to comfortably qualify. In defence, I've gone for Kieran Trippier of England. I think England are going to cruise. I think 3 clean sheets there, and he's bound to get an assist against Iran. Alongside him, Espininan. He's only in there for 1 week. It'll be against Qatar. I don't see Qatar scoring a goal in this tournament, so it's just an easy clean sheet, I feel. Then there's Dumfries next to him. Again, I think the Dutch are going to cruise, and how attacking Dumfries is, he's bound to get a couple of assists and maybe even a goal. Pavard of France. Another team I think are going to cruise. I can see definitely a clean sheet against Australia. He's got no contest at right back. He's going to start every game. It's just only 5 million as well. It's an easy decision to make. Then my final defender, it is a gamble. I've gone for the Bass of Belgium. He's only 19. He's really cheap. He has started the last I think maybe 3 or 4 games for Belgium. And I do think Belgium will qualify easily. So I just felt like it was a good differential to go for. So he's in there. In my midfield, I've got Bergwijn. Now, he basically plays up front for Holland. And like I've said, Holland are going to cruise, I think, through these group stages. So he's bound to get a goal, isn't he, in any of these games, particularly Qatar. So he's in there. I went for the pool of Argentina, mostly because they got Saudi Arabia, where I think they're going to comfortably win. So I think he's going to get a couple assists in this game. And then there's Bellingham of England. Again, Iran first game. I can see England doing well. He's a box-to-box midfielder. He scores goals. I've got him on my Champions League team, and he's doing really well in that. So he's in there. I think he's going to do well in this World Cup if Southgate starts him. Obviously, there's always Kelvin Phillips in that team that could easily start, and we all know what Gareth Southgate's like. I've also got Kevin De Bruyne, who's currently sits on the bench for now, only because he's on the back end of the fixtures. So obviously, if any of these players don't do well, he will come in. And like I said, Kevin De Bruyne is one of the best players in the world. He's a great passer. He's bound to get a load of assists. First game against Canada. This is a comfortable fixture for him. I can see goals in this game. So yeah, I think he'll do well. And then finally, I've got Ilic of Serbia. This is a young guy. Another gamble. He's cheap. He's he doesn't start every game. He's on and off. Yeah, honestly, this is a gamble, really. He's a good young prospect. We'll have to see if he starts. I'm not comfortable. They've got a tough group, so I'm not seeing much from him, to be honest. He's just really there just to make up the numbers. I felt like he was just the best 5 million midfielder there. And then up front, I've gone for the Argentines and Martinez and Messi. Martinez is going to be my captain. I've got a feeling he's the central striker for Argentina and the front three. Saudi Arabia, this could be an 8-0, I reckon. And I think he could get a hat-trick here. So that's why he's in there. My second one is Messi. Now, I said to myself, and I said in my previous videos, I wasn't going to put Messi in my team. The guy who was in this team originally was Benzema. But unfortunately, he got injured. He's out of the World Cup. So I had to make a quick decision on the day. And I went for Messi. Hopefully that comes through. I went for him, like I said before, Argentina, Saudi Arabia first game. I just see goals, and I think Messi will create a lot of chances in this game and definitely get an assist. And then my final player is Neymar of Brazil. Now, Neymar, he's a great player. He's underrated just because he dives around a lot, but he always does well for Brazil. I think he's going to do well in this World Cup again, so that's why he's in there. And then finally, I went for my booster chip, and I've gone for Mbappe of France against Australia. I think Mbappe is going to do really well in this World Cup. I did get burned by him in the Euros, so that's why he's not in my actual team. So I've just gone for a little gamble of him. Australia, I think he's going to score a couple of goals. So yeah, I think this is a great time to use a chip. And that is my team for the match day ones of the World Cup. Now this is how my team got on for match day one. 50 points. I think it's pretty shocking, to be honest. I was expecting about 90 with the booster. Let's go through it then. So my goalkeepers, honestly, disaster. Pasveer didn't start for Holland, which I was not confident about, to be honest. But even then, I was not expecting it to be who it was. The guy made his debut for him in that first game. If it wasn't going to be Pasveer, it was going to be the other keeper, so I was never going to get that one right. But I thought, like I said before, I've got Costa for Portugal, so I'll be alright. Well, no, they conceded 2 goals against Ghana. I did not see that coming. I thought they was going to be comfortable. They wasn't. Ghana gave them a good test, so I got no points out of my keepers. In defence, Kieran Trippier, he's gone onto my bench. Nothing. I could not believe it. He didn't get an assist or anything. And to concede 2 goals, the second goal wasn't a penalty. But that first goal, I was just like, oh no. Oh no. To be fair, at the start of the World Cup, I got off to a good start. If you look at, obviously, we'll go into Espinini now, but then I've got Dumfries did all right, then Bellingham did all right. Then that goal went in against England, and since then, I don't think my team's really recovered. It's just gone downhill from me, really. So, very disappointed with Trippier. Hopefully, next game does much better. Next up, I've got Espininan. Like I said, he's only here for Qatar. I didn't see Qatar scoring. I was right. It was it needs 6 points, and I'm glad I went for that decision. So happy with that one. Dumfries 6 points, clean sheet, happy. Thought he might have got an assist in the game. I mean, he had chances in that game. To be fair, first game against Senegal. Senegal, I thought will be the toughest test for him. They overcame that. So the next 2 fixtures, I think he'll do all right. Pavard, I could not believe that the French conceded against Australia. I mean, they conceded first as well, which is even more of a sting when you're watching the game and you see they're 1-0 down. Straight away, you go, oh, there goes my clean sheet. Great. So I was really surprised with that. So only the 1 point for Pavard. And then finally, the Bass did not work out, did it, at all? Martinez. I don't like Martinez as a manager, and this has just made it worse. He did not start the Bass. He's gone for Dendonka, who he does usually play there. But that guy's a midfielder. He's a CDM. It's just annoying that he's gone for him instead of the Bass. But, there's nothing I can do. The gamble didn't pay off. In midfield, Bergwijn, I was really disappointed with him. He didn't really look like a threat to me, even though he was playing up front. Him and Janssen, they don't really look much of a threat. I mean, when I was doing this team, I did fancy Gakpo, but because he was playing as a striker in this game, I didn't go for him. If he was a midfielder, I would have had Gakpo definitely ahead of Bergwijn. What they should have done is swap those two round. It would have been perfect for me. Next up, I've gone for De Bruyne. Obviously, he ended up being my captain, and he ended up being disappointing as well. I got 4 points out of him, which I was very fortunate about, because Belgium as a whole were awful against Canada. I thought Canada deserved to win that game, so I can only count myself lucky to get those 8 points from him. So yeah, very shocked with Belgium as a whole, really. Bellingham, like I said earlier, at the start of the World Cup, I was doing really well. Clean sheet for Espinina, clean sheet for Dumfries. Yes, the keeper didn't play, but I was expecting that. I was hoping for the future keeper to do well for me. And then Bellingham scores the first goal, and you're thinking, great, buzzing. So yeah, I was really happy with Bellingham getting that goal. Cheeky 9 points there, happy with that. I had De Paul in. Don't have a clue what happened with Argentina. Paul weren't great. Argentina weren't great. Yeah, I was pretty shocked with that. Just the 1 point for him. And so I had to bring in Illich. He didn't start. He didn't. Yeah, that was a gamble. Did not pay off. So yeah, he's not going to be lasting much longer in my team. And then finally, my strikers. I mean, Martinez was my captain. He scored a goal which was onside, I think. Pretty sure the guy on the other side they didn't look at was onside. So I was really frustrated with that. And then as a whole, they lost. I, I'm still shocked by it, to be honest. So yeah, really disappointed with that. Messi on the other hand, he got the penalty, so I got a goal out of him. So I should really have gone for him as captain. So yeah, he got the goal, but they still lost. I can't believe they only scored one goal against Saudi Arabia. What the hell happened in that game? God knows. And then finally, Neymar, just 1 point. He's injured now. I don't know if he's going to play again for him in this World Cup. We'll have to see. I mean, you saw the ankle, massive after. So yeah, overall, I'm really disappointed with that starting team. Hopefully, he gets better. Really, that's not what I was expecting. Oh yeah, and Mbappe, of course. I nearly missed that Mbappe. At least my booster worked. He got a goal, 9 points. He got an assist as well. So yeah, at least the booster didn't fail on me. But yeah, I mean, if I didn't have that, I would have only had 401 points, so it would have been even worse. So yeah, at least that one worked out. So yeah, that's how I got on a match day 1. Right then, so this is my match day 2 squad, and this is how it's getting on so far, which is diabolical. But we'll get into that in a second. First, I'm going to reveal my changes I made. So the first change I made was the keeper, which I said I was going to make. I took out Pazvir and replaced him with his fellow countryman in Nopert. I went with Sosa, took out Espinina, which I said I was going to do. I took out the Bass and replaced him with his countryman in Vertonghen. Took out Illich because he didn't play at all. Brought in Paqueta. And with his injury in Neymar, I took him out and I put in, is it Dia of Senegal? Right, now, my first real anger really was the start of match day 2. I forgot to press the wildcard button. Now I was going to make more changes. This was the change I made first thing that morning, and I accidentally pressed confirm and forgot to do the wildcard button. So already I have taken a -6 hit this week. Right, so that was bad enough. Now let's get into how my team have got on so far, which is horrible. Oh god, I feel sick just looking at it. So first, let's go with my keeper, Nobert. Now, the Dutch conceded against Ecuador. Now, Ecuador are a decent team, to be fair to them, but I still thought the Dutch would be able to beat them 2-0. But I was wrong. They scored. I lost that clean sheet. But he got a save point for me, so I got 2 points from him. But it's irrelevant now because I've dropped him in hope that somehow Portugal come our way with a clean sheet against Uruguay. If will that happen? We'll wait to see. In defence, Kieran Trippier, to be fair, did well. I mean, England as a whole were poor attackingly. Defensively, we did all right. I mean, I say we did all right. We were very lucky, to be fair, and I thought Trippier had a poor game. So, but I'll take those 6 points. Sosa, I mean, they conceded within seconds against Canada. After that, they dominated. If only they didn't concede straight away. I mean, come on. How annoying is that? Straight away, I lost the clean sheet. I was so angry about that. And Dumfries, 1 point. Again, like I've just said, they conceded to Ecuador. And he didn't get an assist or anything. Oh, just not a great start for having Dumfries. But, you know, he got a point. Whereas my next 2 defenders, look at that. They're on my bench now. Pavard didn't even play. I didn't even realise he had a chance of getting taken off. He went with Kanate, who plays CD. See, I was going to say CD. He plays centre back, and he's replacing. He's replaced Pavard. I just did not see that coming at all. So I got nothing. He didn't even come off the bench. I got nothing for Pavard. And I've not even checked to see if he has an injury or anything. But I was angry about that. And then Vertonghen. What is going on with Belgium? They lost 2-0 to Morocco, and Morocco deserved it as well. I was just praying that maybe he'll get a headed goal from a corner, but nothing. I got nothing for Vertonghen. Awful start for Belgium. awful defence. Only one person got a clean sheet, and I was expecting 5 clean sheets, if I'm being honest. So yeah, that was a terrible start in defence. Now let's go to my terrible midfield. Kevin De Bruyne, awful last night. Watched him. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. He's been a miserable git since he came to the World Cup. I mean, if you think about it, pretty much all the Man City stars have been awful in this World Cup. Just goes to show you that they're relying on Pep, really, isn't it? Or Haaland. Mostly Pep, but awful from him. Bergwijn, he did start. I got nothing from him. He went off early. Yeah, he's been a terrible purchase. He definitely won't be in my matchday 3 squad. Bellingham, I mean, like I said, England were terrible attackingly. Bellingham weren't having the best of games either. I mean, I was shocked to get 2 points out of him, to be fair. But I'll have to take that extra point that I got. Same with the pool. I mean, they beat Mexico. They got a clean sheet. But that's irrelevant because I don't even have an Argentina centre-back or goalie. Even with that 2-0 against Mexico, I'm not convinced about Argentina. We just seem flat. And then obviously you got Paqueta yet to play. Hopefully he does something for me. But I don't have high hopes, if I'm being honest. Then finally my strikers. Martinez, he has really, really stung me. 2 points in the first 2 games. I am not going to hold out for game week 3. Match day 3, should I say, for him. Whereas Messi on the other hand, 9 points. Got a goal again. I think he got an assist as well. Yeah, surprisingly, I can't complain about Messi. I know a lot of people saying, "Oh, he's not doing that well. He's not really." He's got off to a decent start. He can only score a goal. He can't defend anything. I'm still stuck in that first game. How they lost, I don't know. But yeah, he got 9 points for me there. The only problem is he's highly owned, so it doesn't make much difference. And then my final guy, I went for a gamble because of that start I had in the match day 1. I had Diao. Is it Diao? Whatever you say his name of Senegal. And I had him as captain. I honestly believe that everybody's going to thrash Qatar. I'm expecting 6-0 every game. So far, I think Qatar, they can have their heads up high. They may have lost both games, but they've been, well, they've not been thrashed. Put it that way. They've not done what Spain did the other day and won 7-0. They've not lost 7-0 to. They've not been a Costa Rica, have they? I mean, although Costa Rica have won a game now. But yeah, I expected him to score 2, maybe 3 goals because I knew he was going to start. He did get 1 goal. He got a yellow card, which was annoying. And because I've lost confidence in my team, I've not changed my captain round. Now, I could only change it once more, so it was between probably Messi and De Bruyne again. I just didn't want to get burned. Before I felt like I had to take those points. So overall, I've got 29 points. Take the -6 out, and I've got 23 points, and I've got 2 players left to play. I have no confidence whatsoever in them. Awful. Now I remembered why I don't like doing the World Cup fantasy football teams. Because I'm always terrible, it seems. Doesn't matter. The players I pick, those players look quality, and they're just not delivering. Particularly defence this time. Awful, man. And my midfield there. Oh, awful. So yeah, awful start so far. And there you have it. That's how my team's getting on. Pretty terrible. I mean, that's an understatement, really. Just dreadful, really. So, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one.